I hate being in a calorie deficit. I hate restricting myself. I hate not being able to eat what I want when I want. And I hate not being able to just shove my face with cookies, pizza, ice cream, and all these good things I just think about sometimes. But you know what I hate more? I hate number one, being fat more than I do hate being in a calorie deficit. I also hate being inflamed, bloated, and just not feeling confident in the way that I look because I know that it was under my control of what I put into my body, of what I put into and what I prepared and what I allowed myself to consume. And this is one of my favorite things about fitness is that at the end of the day, I am a little bit of a control freak. Okay, a lot. I'm a huge control freak, especially being like the older brother. I just loved controlling and feeling like I was in control of, my siblings, just like the things that like how life kind of expanded and, how things in day by day went. And I feel like fitness is one of my favorite things, and like dieting, food and all these different things, because nobody has control over it except you. Like, you control the type of food you put into your mouth. You control what you say yes to and what you don't. So when you have the results that you want, that you like, when you feel the way that you do, when you look the way that you do, you know that's all because of the control and all the decisions you made prior to feeling and looking a certain way. And if you don't like the way that you look, and if you don't like the way that you feel, and, for example, sure, in the moment, I love eating a chocolate bar. I'll have a delicious chocolate bar, and in the moment, I feel amazing. But 1 minute later, all of a sudden, right away, I'm bloated, I'm gassy, I'm dropping absolute bombs and farts that will like hit a 5 kilometer radius of people that just start like looking around like who the hell let that one go. And I all of a sudden just don't feel good. And I'm happy because I know that's under my control. It's just sometimes it's hard to control yourself. But going back to the point of, hating being in a calorie deficit, nobody likes to restrict their food. Nobody likes to say, okay, I'm excited to eat less. Like, you're biologically designed and you're biologically programmed to eat as much calories in as little as possible. Like, the density in the amount of calories we get is what we were biologically programmed to find, to look for, to hunt for. Find the least amount of effort in the most amount of food. And this is what the food industry has done such a good job of, is creating foods that are so high in calories, but so low in volume, so small. Like, for example, like a little piece of chocolate or a little cake. You can easily get like 400 to 600 calories with the size of like just under my palm, or maybe at times even like, like the size of your ear. You can get an easy like chocolate or like some sort of like croissant or like some sort of cinnabon, like the size of your ear. Boom, 500 calories. But back then, do you know how hard it was to get 500 calories? It was almost impossible. Like, 500 calories would take you like an entire day worth of hunting and gathering to get like, the fruits, the vegetables. Even try to eat 500 calories of a potato. See how long that's going to take you. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to take you 3 seconds like it is with a chocolate bar. And my point is that It's difficult, of course, and it sucks. But what sucks more? You have to ask yourself in this life, what sucks more? What do you hate more? What do you despise more? And it's the same thing with, you know, what I think with like work and like studying and all the things that I hate doing, but I know are good for me and I know are beneficial for me. Like I'm lucky because like I like going to the gym, but some people they don't like going to the gym. But let me go back to the analogy I wanted to make with work, for example. Okay, you might not like your job. 90% of people don't really like their job. But ask yourself this: do you hate your job more, or do you hate not being able to buy food? Do you hate not being able to pay your bills? Do you hate not being able to go on vacations, buy things for your loved ones? Right? And it's the same thing with the calorie deficit, restricting and eating clean versus being fat, being lazy, lethargic, bloated, inflamed. You work because you don't have a choice. You will see the results of not working immediately. If you can't pay your bills, you're not going to have somewhere to live. You're not going to have light to turn on. So you have to do this this act of working immediately, or else you won't have money to buy food to survive. But the problem with eating healthy, eating overall in a calorie deficit, or eating a whole food diet, is our bodies are really good at keeping us in, cleaning us up and overall helping us survive. So the effects of eating unhealthy food, overeating, eating highly greasy and flammable foods doesn't catch up to us until it's sometimes too late, right? You might hate going to work, but you have no choice, because if you don't go to work, you're not going to be able to provide food for yourself, for your family. You might hate, or you might eat a pizza, right? One day, and the next day. You might not feel those results right away, so you keep eating the pizza. But if you ate a pizza and right away the next day you got a heart attack, or if you got, I don't know, some blood clot, then you would think twice right away about eating that pizza again the next day, because you felt the results right away. So what you have to do in order for you to develop that mindset, in order to not eat that pizza or those insane foods every single day, is ask yourself, oh, okay, let me take my future version of me, and how is this going to affect him? So let's say you're a 30-year-old man right now. Okay, you're 30 years old. If you keep eating this way, how is the 50-year-old version of you going to feel, perform? How healthy is he going to be? Because the decisions you make today will affect how you feel, look, perform tomorrow, or in a couple years. And it's important, because sometimes we as humans, we're only living for this moment, because we see and feel the present moment, and we want instant gratification now. We want to feel good now. We want to be happy now. We want to spike our dopamine now. But sometimes we need to take a pause and think about, okay, how is this going to affect me in the future? Because when you start thinking like that, number one, you're going to start making a lot smarter and better decisions. But number two, you're going to make decisions that are going to have a good impact. And you're going to, it might suck, but they're overall going to add to your life and benefit you rather than affect you. Hope you guys like this video. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I love you guys. Like the video, comment anything else that you might be struggling, whether when it comes to your mindset, fitness, nutrition, that you would want me to make a video on. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume, serve others, love everyone. See you guys in the next one. Peace.